Good morning, folks, from the Rabos International Airport in Mangibi County. This is Spoon TV, and I'm Sylvester Chirople. And this morning, His Excellency President Joseph Nyoman Boakai and his entourage are departing in Liberia for Japan. And they are heading to that country to participate in TICAD Forum and Expo 2025. So there you have His Excellency President Joseph Nyoman Boakai heading here at the Rabos International Airport for the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, or TICAD-9, in Japan. So this is the arrival of His Excellency President Joseph Nyoman Boakai. Here, His Excellency President Boakai will disembark his vehicle, make his way in. So the president is here and will be received by the Chief of Protocol of the Republic of Liberia. And so there you have His Excellency President Joseph Nyoman Boakai. His Excellency President Boakai is me. So, folks, as we move on, we see the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of State. We will be glad that he briefs us this morning on the President's trip. We also see the Minister of Information here, but the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs is here to tell us more about the trip. We see the Information Minister. Yes, just a few words. The President and his entourage, including you, departing this country to Japan. Yes, so just tell us briefly about this trip, sir.
Beautiful trip we never imagined until we were Minister for Information.
Right?
Yes.
Which is the Japanese own arrangement of bringing the world together to discuss investment, trade, etc. It's taking place at this time. It's TICAD-9. It's the 9th edition. Every government across the world participates. Except you don't want to be a government. Or except you're not looking for investment, you're not looking for trade opportunity, you're not looking for development, then you stay away. So that's how important it is. Second, both the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Information, and the Ministry of Commerce have been working on the Osaka Expo. We appointed a Commissioner General from Liberia for that Osaka, who is former Ambassador Julie Annie. And so the ministry, all the ministry are getting named. They are part of that international festival, which is Expo, right? Taking place in the same Japan, but in a different place. So when we leave the TICAD summit, that we have all the leaders who are concerned about how their country will progress, then we go to Osaka,
Expo, okay.
For the Expo. So we come back. So all the individuals you saw listed that are part of the trip, it is because their role and what they have to do to ensure that we get some dividend from these two international engagements requires that they be there.
So, like you said, this trip, TICAD is being organized, co-organized by the government of Japan, the United Nations, and the World Bank as well. What do So, what do we really expect when this interaction returning to Liberia? The good news, because I know you're going with a lot of people, like you said, about 23.
Aren't we looking for investment? Yes. So that's how the jobs will come. Government can employ all of them. Jobs come from the private sector, right? And the private sector is enhanced by having investors come to the country. Trade relations among nations is also very important. Who doesn't want to have trade relations with Japan or Asia as a whole, right?
Yeah.
So the engagement that we will have there may bear fruit, not immediately, because sometimes we come back and say, oh, but so I'm not point the bear coming. It will not be about what is in the bear coming. It will be about things that you've done that will yield dividend eventually, not instantly. But if you disengage from the international fora, what do you expect to come to your country? You can't be like an isolated nation for yourself.
Okay.
So I know our citizens have the right to be concerned about anything. We welcome that.
Okay.
We will follow all
So,
the
Honorable Minister,
let's rest on this one.
Okay, yeah.
We will follow all the criticism we embrace it. We don't have problem with any Liberian expressing themselves on issues that are confronting the nation. It's part of the democracy. But we have that obligation to tell you why it is important for this, that.
Honorable Minister, your point is well understood when it comes to the objective in the back. So now, this you might see the question as a political question, but this is a concern from Liberians that when officials in this government complained yesterday that the previous president need to go out with huge number of delegation. Now you seeing the same thing. How will you address all of these questions?
Yes. That's a distraction. I'm not interested in the distraction. President Boakai has not left this country to stay off for 58 days. Wow. And he didn't do it the white football game. Wow. Okay? He has not left this country with a delegation of 50%. So we don't want to go into those kind of things. The country has to make progress, right?
Okay.
So while Mr. We are in government, they were the other people there. Let us not try to always draw the former president into those kinds of stuff.
Okay, thank you, Honorable.
We can establish that the variables are not the same.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we have to leave it there. But that's Information Minister, Honorable Jerry Limerick Pia, gave you some details of the president trip to Japan. But previously we were talking to the Director Minister of Public Affairs, Honorable Anthony Kesseley. Honorable Kesseley, we wanted to get a few lines from the minister, and now we want to conclude from you. We know this is about investment. This is about convening international organizations to do something in Liberia in terms of going into our various sectors like the energy, agriculture, and what have you. What extra thing should Liberians expect from this trip?
This is a huge event. You see, I see on the platforms, public platforms, our usual, colleagues on the other side are citing example like a trip by the president to Senegal to celebrate during an inauguration. And they are comparing that with this kind of huge, internationally acclaimed investment event in Yokohama, Japan, and Osaka. So they are not in the same league. It looks like they don't have any examples, to show. But Liberia has a lot. Not only Liberia, there are so many countries that have worked with partly large delegations, not 50 like the other people used to do, but an appropriate delegation where you will be able to...
Appropriate delegation.
Yeah, where you will be able, when you go to these conferences, they have break-up group discussion sessions all around the place. Many times, if you have a shortage of representation, you are not able to be in this session, to be in that other session, because some of them are happening simultaneously. So you really have to have the real people, the knowledgeable people who are going to make convincing presentations at these group sessions.
Convincing presentation.
Convincing.
Presentation that will make investors come to the country.
Attract them or get partnerships or get even grants. You can get grants, There's a lot you can derive from those conferences. So I can't beforehand tell you what we're going to get from this event, but the opportunities are there and we need to make use of them.
Honorable
This
Minister.
is not an inauguration trip by a Senegalese president where more than 23 members of the delegation were taken. So this is a serious investment, economic assistance, partnership conference that is going on in Japan. And the number of persons going equals the purpose of the conference.
Was it mandatory to carry the amount of number of
I
individuals?
just said that.
Yeah. So
Appropriate for it, yes.
Honorable.
That number will not have gone. You just show me somebody on the delegation. Okay, that person doesn't need to go. Then we can tell you why this person needed to go.
But previously, my colleague said, during the past regime, people complain about these kind of numbers.
You're not following maybe my conversation.
Yeah. So
No. You must be able, particularly you journalists who do critical writing and so forth, to analyze the purpose of the conference.
Okay.
I think people are, on the other side, are thinking that we should have a blanket number of people who go to any conference. That is, it's just illogical for you to say every conference don't take more than 10 persons. No, it depends on the purpose of the conference, the scope of the conference, and so far the importance, let me say, of a conference that determines a trip to Japan for those two critical purposes, investment, partnership, and so will never be the same as going to Senegal. For,
last quick question, Honorable Kessler, you are directly from the office of the president. What are those priority areas that the president focuses on?
we're looking at investment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we see His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boakai. His Excellency President Boakai departing Liberia. Here at the Rabos International Airport, Spoon TV with me, Sylvester Chirople. Can stay with us as we bring you this live coverage. We'll be taking photo.
If you use the car, use the word of the car.
Folks, welcome back. Spoon TV. His Excellency President Boakai is departing Liberia for Japan. He's going to attend the Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICAD, and it is the ninth conference that he's going to attend and subsequently participate in Expo 2025 summit. There you have His Excellency President Boakai there. Yeah. So, some the government officials who are accompanying the president have started boarding already, and so. Você me dá o nome So, folks, again, welcome. We are live here at the Rabos International Airport, where His Excellency President Joseph Nyoma Boakai is departing Liberia for Japan. He's going to attend the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICAD, in Yokohama, and later on attend Expo 2025. All of these conferences gear up, maintaining some level of bilateral partnerships, mainly focusing on attracting quality investment, positioning Liberia as a serious player in global trade, sustainable development. So, like we spoke to the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, Minister Anthony Kesele, he said the president has areas of priorities, and those areas include agriculture, the economy, energy, and so on. And the president is departing with about 23 officials of government. Those names will be disclosed subsequently as we move on with this live coverage. So the TICAD-9 conference is being co-organized by the government of Japan, the United Nations, the World Bank, and the African Union Commission. So head of states, meaning from Africa, and other continents will be participating in that conference, that the TICAD-9 conference, and His Excellency President Boakai be one of African head of states, which is Liberia, is also representing the country with a number of government officials accompanying him in Japan. This trip of the president so far is one of the trips of the president with a number of huge delegation. About 23 delegation members are accompanying the president. But like we previously listened to the Minister of Information, Honorable Jerry Lemick Pia, he said all those government officials accompanying the president are very, very important, and they have the areas of priorities for which Liberia stands to benefit. And so, who are those accompanying the president? Let's begin to write down the names of those who following the president or accompanying the president, if you want to say. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Sarah Besro Nyanti, is accompanying the president. Honorable Augustine Way Gafuma, Minister of Finance and Development Planning. Honorable Madeline Ellen Dagose, Minister of Commerce and Industry. Honorable Waymont Pay, Mines and Energy Minister. Dr. J. Elizana Nute, Minister of Agriculture. Jerry Lemick Manfi Pia, Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Honorable Dr. Jaso Jala, Minister of Education. Honorable Dr. Louis M. Boto, Minister of Health. Honorable Memi Colley, Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Honorable Abraham Darius DeLong, Senator and Chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. Honorable Yinka E. Gay, Representative and Chairman, House Committee on Foreign Affairs. Honorable Samuel A. Stikwa, Minister of State with our portfolio, Special Services. Honorable Jeff B. Blabo, Chairman, National Investment Commission. Honorable Molly Kamara, Senior Economic Advisor to the President. Honorable Sekou A.M. Duple, Managing Director, National Port Authority. Ambassador Christopher Onamika, Presidential Special Envoy on Tourism. The owner of Cool FM. But let's get to our usual spot and bring you updates. So His Excellency President Boakai is finally departing Liberia, as you can see. Let me tell you. Shit. So, folks, still with us as we bring you this live coverage. Here we have the Minister of State with our portfolio, Minister Mamaka Beriti. We have the acting president of the Republic of Liberia, who His Excellency President Boakai leave in charge of the country to head the cabinet. The Minister of Justice, Councillor Oslo Tower.
We are seeing other officials who are here. But what we can tell you right now is that the president is leaving with
So, folks, still with us. Stay here. Let's continue to bring you the names of those who are accompanying the president. I remember we stopped 22 with 21. But then, let's see where we stop of those who accompany the president. Okay, 17 for Ambassador Christopher Haynes Onanuka, Presidential Special Envoy on Tourism, and the owner of Cool FM, Cool TV, is also accompanying the president to Japan. Ambassador Edward Appleton, Ambassador of Liberia to Japan, is part of the delegation as well. Let's see how the president founded Japan's Liberia. So Mr. James Strutter, President Liberia Business Association, is also accompanying the president to Japan. Honorable George Thomas Marshall, Junior Assistant Minister for Special Services, Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, is also on board. Madam Sharon Kaba Jones, Assistant Minister, Chief of Office Staff, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is also part. Charlie A. Taylor, Assistant Minister for Afro-Asian Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is also on board. So, but folks, thanks so very kindly for watching Spoon TV. I'm Sylvester Churuple.